Alright, Shirley's will definitely take the longest since we've barely talked to her. And haven't talked to her at all with Earthas yet. Most of her talk topics for Eon and Earthas are actually scattered around pretty much the whole game after they become available. You find some in the Sora, in Orgel of Origins, the Tower, Silver Plate, even in Dyne, Shirotaka's room, and a couple of other places. But those are the ones off the top of my head. And we'll unlock one more for her with the conversation with Eon and Earthas, with just Earthas. But Delta has to find that one. And it is found in the punishment room in the Genamira Cathedral in Quanturv. So I will grab that on camera once it becomes available. For now, we will just talk and talk and talk until she's done. I see there are stuffed toys in your world too, Delta. That's only natural. Well, we live on different worlds. I guess things that are natural in mine wouldn't always be natural in yours. That's right, and that's why I was a little surprised when I found out your world has such a cute stuffed bird. Stuffed bird? Oh, you mean Chunpi? It's called Chunpi? It's all yellow and round and super cute. I see. That sounds like Chunpi is a cute design even to girls who live on other planets. Cuteness is a common value across all worlds. There's no basis for that, yet why does it sound so convincing? No, we finished level 1 with her. Still, our Ciel really is a place like heaven. You like it that much? Yeah, in fact, there's nothing about it I don't like. That Orgel of Origins was seriously amazing. I was moved the first time I saw it. I'm happy you feel that way. But just between you and me, don't you think a music box should be a small thing? That's true, but I seriously like it. I mean, all of our Ciel. When I think about having to return to the Soleil, to be honest, I can't help but sigh in disappointment. You shouldn't do that, Delta. No matter how bad it is, the Soleil is the place you need to go home to. I know that. Yeah, there's a lot of danger, but there's also a lot of things important to me here. Important to me there. That's why we need to solve this problem fast, to make the Soleil a place I want to go home to. That's right. That's the spirit, Delta. Although everything would be solved if we could all just move to RCL. Not happening. Alright, guide me. You know, you're the type of person who really doesn't think about consequences. That's rude, and that's not true. No, I think it is. You didn't even know if you can get back home, yet you followed Cass and I back to the Soleil. I told you before, I was able to come, so I'll be able to leave. You had no proof of that. And besides, the Soleil's not a nice place. I'm surprised you wanted to leave RCL to come here. It's pretty normal to be interested in worlds different from your own. And it really was a good choice to follow you here. It's so different from RCL. Everything I see is exciting. Huh, that's so. Yes, I want to go around and see lots of things while the connection to RCL is still open. No, that's no good. Don't say such mean things. I'm not being mean. It's seriously dangerous out there. You've only seen a small portion of the Soleil. There's a lot of places that are collapsing and breaking apart. It would be a huge problem if the land under your feet suddenly gave way and you died, right? That's true. I really do want to guide you around and show you places, but now you know why I can't do that. Yeah, kind of unfortunate, but I'll just have to give up. I wonder if it would be nice if I could at least show her around Phelion. Well, Nay tried that, and she threw her at us. So, different tastes. Delta, you should eat lots of food from my world while the connection to RCL is still open. Sure. Is there some famous dish you want me to try? That's not what I mean. I just wanted you to have some decent food while the connection was open. Why would you say that? What do you mean, why? Delta, is there something wrong with your sense of taste? Or is that just normal for people living on the Soleil? What did you eat? And was it a Nay's shop? Yes, she said today it would be a little chilly, so she gave me something called coffee rice to warm up. I thought it was a prank at first, to be honest. I could tell it wouldn't be good just by looking at it. But then I saw other customers at the shop eating coffee rice, and it looked like they were enjoying it. Shirley, I need to tell you something very important. Don't eat Nay's food. Also, the customers there are enjoying Nay's cooking, not the flavor itself. So please, don't take the food there as normal in my world. But Nay said her food is the flavor of home cooking on the Soleil. She's making things up again. And we'll just leave it at that. Era of men in the kitchen. By the way, I heard you had a cooking contest with Nay, and she won the shop from you. Yeah, I was pretty confident, but I guess I was out of practice after being away from the kitchen for so long. Delta, you're really cool. What? I think men who can cook are wonderful. Really? Yes. You battle enemies outside and ingredients back at home. I think you'd be a good husband, Delta. Thanks, but you won't get anything out of praising me. I don't expect anything. But I can look forward to eating some specialty dishes you make, right? Yeah, just leave it to me. I'll make you the most delicious chazen just for you. I'll make the most delicious chazen just for you, Shirley. Sounds good. But what exactly what kind of food is chazen? Well, normally it's fried rice with lots of meat. But the chazen I make is special. It's white rice with some salt on it, so you can enjoy the flavor of the rice. What's wrong? If you call that cooking, it might be best if you don't work in the kitchen, Delta. Ouch. Nope. I accidentally clicked that and didn't see what the title was. The Soleil is a huge spaceship, right? Yeah, although I don't think huge even begins to describe its size. It can take even several days to get to certain places. The thing that surprised me the most is the fact that some places seem to be actual land. The ground's made of dirt, there's mountains and plains. Can't believe it's inside a spaceship. You're right. You're talking about the place around Horikano, right? The first time I saw that, I was seriously shocked too. I lived surrounded by artificial things in Felion for so long, I didn't think a natural place like that existed. You didn't know until recently? Yeah, it wasn't easy to leave Felion after all. But now I think about it, there's probably still lots of places in the sleigh I don't know about. I think so too. There might be places that even more are surprising. I wouldn't be surprised by that, but I'd be happy if they were relaxing places like Horikano. Alright, thick-headed man. A man who's nice to everyone, with hazy memories and thick-headed, huh? What's wrong, Delta? I just remember Cass saying something about watching out for men like that. Doesn't that description actually fit me pretty well? What? First off, I'm pretty nice to everyone, right? Also, because of an injured man, my memories are pretty hazy. This is bad. I fit 2 out of those 3 qualities perfectly. What about the thick-headed part? What? No way! No matter how I think about it, that doesn't fit me at all. I was able to figure out that 2 of the 3 qualities in her description fit me perfectly, after all. Well, I guess thick-headed people wouldn't be able to figure out that they're thick-headed. Yeah, might be right. Delta, you really are thick-headed. Ouch. Oh, that unlocks something else. Alright, you can come. Do you mind if I ask a question? You don't need to ask if you can ask. Go right ahead. Okay. Do you still want to move to my world, Delta? Well, yeah. They said it's possible to revive our planet, but to be honest, if we can migrate, I don't want to migrate. Even if our planet was revived, there wouldn't be anything on it, and our Ciel has a lot of interesting stuff. I see. Yeah, but why do you ask? Do you remember what Ayatane said? Even if it wasn't possible for everyone, we'd be able to welcome you two at least. I remember, but that was in case we couldn't return to the Soleil, right? Or is that still an option? Of course it is. And even if it wasn't, I'd do everything I could to persuade them, even if it meant whining non-stop. Hey now, don't console for Ayatane. But you want to move, right? Well, you've got technology we don't have, and the song magic in your world seems interesting too. And a floating con is something I'd see only in my dreams. It's exciting, right? And you should move. But I really doubt Cass would want to move over here. Sure, there's a lot of things she'd enjoy over on RCL, but there's even more for her in this world. I see. I guess there's always the option of you moving to our world, right? I'm the administrator of the tower, so I can't just leave. I see. That's too bad. We were able to become friends after all. I'd be happy if our worlds stayed connected forever, so we wouldn't have to be separated. Went a man through his stomach. I really want to eat some curry. What's with this all of a sudden? Well, one of my friends recently tried making curry for the first time. Was it really bad? So you want to eat something better? It wasn't bad at all, but the flavor was a little weak. When I think about it, I suddenly want to eat really rich and spicy curry. I see. I can't eat very spicy things, but I really like curry. Oh, really? Yes, it's just once in a while, but I make it myself sometimes. Ah, so you can cook, Aurelia. It's my dream to become a bride. Of course I've studied cooking. That's great. You make a really good wife. By the way, what's your best dish? That would be rice juice. Let's see. Rice juice? Wait, rice juice? It's easy to make and super delicious. You put freshly cooked rice into a blender, then blend it up till it's super syrupy. You need to make it right before you drink. It's rice, so it'll get hard if it gets cold. Careful of that. If you're looking to become a bride, I think you should never make that again. And yet, Oricas end up even worse. So, but then again, hers also tastes good. So it's weird. So I got very tasty things. Oh right, there was actually something that moved me recently. Did something good happen to you? Yes, the other day I had an absolutely delicious dessert. It's called Banamil. Its flavor and appearance were top class. Oh, that's something Cannon makes. If I recall, its full name was ridiculously long. I think it was something like Banana Sauce Cranberry Paste Alpha. It's Banana Paste Milfoil Cranberry Sauce Plus. You remembered it? It was just that delicious. It would be rude not to remember the name. Does the name really matter? Anyway, that really is delicious, so I understand why you were moved when you ate it. Well, it's true that I was moved by the flavor. That's not what really moved me. I was moved by the fact that there's food in this world, too, that both looks and tastes good. Aurelia, I'm going to take you on a gourmet tour before you return to RCL. I'll show you that there's plenty of food in this world that both looks and tastes good. And it's not made by Nay. Throne of everyone's desire. I want to try sitting on a throne, too. That could actually be taken as a really dangerous statement. I just want to share like that. I'm the administrator of the amplification tower, you know? I think it would be better if I had a chair or two like that. Well, now that you mention it, maybe. Personally, I still can't really believe it, but if you really were in charge of a huge tower like that, it wouldn't be weird if you had a throne. You think so? Yeah. But if you sat on it, you would just look like some kid getting excited about sitting on a throne. God, you said something rude again. Sorry. Anyway, you said or two earlier, but if you really do get a throne, just keep it down to one. No, I need to have two. I'd want my wonderful lover husband to be sitting next to me. Besides, it would be really boring up in that tower alone. The fact that you say that shows a throne isn't appropriate for you. Even if you got one, you'd probably get bored of it in a few minutes, so you shouldn't bother. She is just a kid at this point after all. So, give me your room. By the way, I made a plate earlier. What kind of plate? Is it something you wear to protect your body? Not that kind of plate. It's the kind of plate you put on the door to your room. You know, like a sign that says whose room it is. Oh, that kind of plate. A name plate. But why did you make something like that? Well, Nay said I can use one of the rooms in the residential district. A room in the residential district? There's so many rooms there, but nobody's using them, right? So I tried asking her, since nobody's using them, if I could use one of the rooms as my own. And she just gave you one? Yes, she said feel free to use any of them, but she wouldn't take responsibility if anything happened. I get where she's coming from. That place is full of enemies. It's a dangerous area. You realize it's suicidal to try to live outside the barrier, right? But if you're around, I wouldn't need to worry about that, right? You should have no problems taking down the enemies around there. I can't deny that, but I'm not running some security company, you know. There's plenty of open rooms in Phaleon. Just look for one there. But it's hard to find rooms as spacious as in the residential district. The rooms there are big, and I'd be able to live in a quiet neighborhood. I can't deny that either, but don't forget you're going to be going home to RCL. And level 7. About time. You seem kind of gloomy. What's wrong? I'm feeling a little sad. Ah, I see. Yeah, it's probably almost time for us to part ways. Yes, I know this should be a happy occasion. The time for us to part is also the time for your new planet to be born. But when that happens, the gate connecting to RCL will probably... I see. If that happens, I doubt I'd be able to feel very happy either. Huh? I've only seen a little bit of RCL, but I really like it. And I made some really good friends there, like you and Ayatane. When I think about that, I'm happy about this, but it also makes me feel sad. Delta, it was just a short time, but you and everyone else really did a lot for us. Having to say farewell without thanking you enough feels like a little selfish. Kind of painful. What are you saying? Ayatane and Sonway and myself, none of us did this expecting anything in return. We may live on different worlds, but it's only natural to help our fellow residents of this universe. Really? That's right. In fact, it's bad if you don't feel happy about creating a new world from the bottom of your hearts. If you want to express even a little gratitude to us, please do that. You're pretty amazing. Right now you seem more grown-up than I've ever seen you. I can feel a lot of dignity from you. Really? Yeah, you finally got the presence of the administrator of that tower. At this rate, next time I see you, I'll have to call you Lady Sherelia. Maybe so. In that case, I'll have to work even harder until that time comes. No longer a kid already, so don't ruin it. By the way, I brought a souvenir for my time visiting the Ciel. It keeps misspelling souvenir, I think. It just doesn't look right. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll be able to look at it from time to time after returning to RCL and think of you all. But is there anything appropriate as a souvenir from the Ciel? Yes, there was. It's being sold at Sarley's shop. Sarley's shop? Wait a second. I got a really bad feeling about this. I can show it if you want. I'll go get it really quick. Wait, don't tell me it's a million Ciel. Oh, so you know about it. That's right. That's what it was called. Sarley's really amazing, being able to create such a detailed model. Sherelia, you seriously need to be careful with handling that. Got it? If you handle it even a little roughly, you could easily turn the Ciel into space scrap. It's dangerous. Is that some kind of joke? No, I'm not joking at all. If you do something to that model, the same thing happens to the Ciel in reality. No way. That's not even possible. The same thing happens to the Ciel as happens to the model? Sounds like some sort of voodoo doll. I know it's hard to believe. I totally understand that feeling. But, well, even if the story is true, you don't need to worry at all. I bought this as a souvenir. I intend to treat it with care. Also, in consideration of your worries, I'll put it in a secure place. I'm happy you keep it secure, but the fact you're going to keep it anywhere is enough to make me anxious. Hey, we got that one. Alright, I want you to be happy. When your planet is born and you move there, what will you do, Delta? Huh? Now that you mention it, I never seriously thought about that. Would you reopen your restaurant? If I think about that, it seems a little wasteful. If we move to a new planet, but I'm stuck in the kitchen all day, I wouldn't really feel it, you know? I want to see the sky and do something where I can feel the wind and the rain. In that case, would you return to plasma? Let's see. Still dissolved right now, but they probably reform pretty quick. But now that we're on good terms with the Charl, they probably wouldn't do much more than policing. If it's just that, there wouldn't be much need to partner up with Cass and work together all the time. That's just a sign of peace. That's right, but maybe I should open a food cart. That way I'd always be outside and I can be with Cass all the time too. But Cass might not like that. I can totally see her lecturing me the moment I mention it. I see. Sounds like in the end you just want to be with Cass all the time no matter what you do. Yeah, I guess so. We've been together for all this time. I don't really want to be separated from her now. That's right. I can't even imagine you and Cass not being together. I'm sure you two will be together forever too. Yeah, I hope so, at least. Don't worry. That'll definitely happen. I'm sure Cass feels the exact same way as you. So don't worry and make it a reality. You're right. I'm starting to look forward to when things get peaceful around here. And Is This Love? Starring the Romulan woman. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wrong. Is This Love? I'm sad. Is it because we're going to be parting ways soon? What else would it be? I don't have any friends I can talk to about all kinds of things like this. That's why I'm really happy you're talking to me, Delta. But we're going to have to say goodbye. I see. But if you have an opportunity to meet people around your age, I think you become friends easily. You think so? Yeah, I can say that with confidence. It's fun to talk to you like this, and you're cute too. Huh? You're getting surprised after all this time? I told you before. It's pretty natural for people wanting to be friends with cute girls, especially men. You feel the same way, Delta? Of course. No comment. I never know when Cass is listening. So you're scared of Cass? No comment on that too. It would be scary if she heard. So you're that scared. But that just means you like her even more than that, right? That's embarrassing, so no comment on that as well. That answer is more than enough. But thanks to you, I've got a little more confidence now. Next time we meet, I'll show you that I made 10 friends. You should say 100. I'm just being realistic. It would be nice if one of them was even more wonderful than you, Delta. You say something? No, it's nothing. Just checking, but we really can't have a normal conversation, right? Oh, I can transmit my thoughts. What? That's amazing! I can hear your voice inside my head! Seeing how we're going to be talking to each other like this, I should formally introduce myself. My name is Shrelia. I'm the administrator of the amplification tower called Artanelico. It's nice to meet you, Earthes. We've actually met before. Yeah, is your father Eleanor doing well? Yes, Father's doing well. Wait, what do you know about Father? I know a lot, but I can't talk about it. If you can't talk about it, I won't ask, but it seems like you know a lot more than I thought. I'm starting to feel more excited about talking to you. Please come talk to me about lots of things, okay? And we do have lots of things to talk about at this rate. So, I like Chunpei. Earthes, do you think Chunpei is cute too? Why do you ask? To tell the truth, I talked to Delta before about Chunpei. I told him Chunpei is cute, but it seemed like Delta didn't really feel the same way. But it's definitely cute. You think so too, right? It's so adorable after all. Well, yeah. Actually, I have some Chunpei headgear. What? They sell things like that? And it's specially made for me. It's only for you? Oh, I'm so jealous. I'd want to wear a cute Chunpei hat too. Can you show it to me next time? Don't blame me if it makes you cry. Why did I suddenly feel so uneasy the moment you said that? I'll just assume that you made it so cute it'll make me cry. We'll leave it at that. Alright, teach me things. Do you mind if I ask a bunch of questions? Oh, I'll answer anything I can. Thank you so much. You're going around places with Eon, right, Earthes? Does that mean Eon is the one who made you? Well, she made me inside a dream, kind of. Inside a dream? I don't really get it, but it sounds like Eon did create you. In that case, if I asked Eon, do you think she'd make you for me too? Well, it wouldn't contain me, so it wouldn't move. It wouldn't contain you? Wait a second. You're saying it might be possible to make your body, but the fact that it wouldn't move without you means... Does that mean you're a robot being remotely controlled by someone? That's right, good guess. I see. I totally thought you were moving through some really amazing programming, but now I understand what you meant. In that case, I should formally introduce myself to you, the person operating Earthes. About Kozal. I heard from Delta that your world has a god named Kozal. Have you met him before? I've met him many times. Oh, really? According to Delta, he's a little scary and intense, but what do you honestly think? Do you think I'd be able to talk to him and not get scared? If you talk to him, you'll realize he's not scary. I see. That makes me feel better. When Delta told me, my desire to meet him was stronger, so I didn't feel too uneasy, but as time went by, I started to gradually feel more afraid. But Delta said he isn't scary if you talk to him, so I feel a lot better hearing the same thing from you, too. He must be a wonderful god. I look forward to seeing what he's like. But you should mind your manners. Of course, I already know that. I wouldn't take a rude attitude with a god. But if I end up failing at something, please back me up. I don't lack confidence, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Earthes knows. By the way, you have an item called the Eye and Show Oracle, right? I want to try using it, but I heard you can't use it without someone else use it with you. Sounds interesting. Hope I can find a wonderful lover soon. Well, you're cute, so it'll happen in no time. You call me cute. You're a pretty smooth talker, Earthes, but I feel a little more confident now that you said that. Anyway, I'm going to make it my goal this year to find myself a wonderful lover. That was also a very short conversation. Alright, Fat and RCL. By the way, I tried eating some sweets from your world, but it was a little weird. It was called Ionasa bread. Have you heard of it before? It had a super creepy face. I almost started crying when I saw it at first. Tastes really good, but that appearance is just ruining it. Well, yeah, what kind of sweets are on RCL? What kinds? Let's see. There's normal chocolate and cookies, and some really good rice crackers. And especially delicious one is a cake called Karak, sold by a sweet shop in Kurtfena. What about Obon? Obon? I'm sorry, there's something like that in my world. Is something like that popular in your world right now? In that case, I should try eating it while the connection to RCL is still open. Yeah, they still all won't kick. Was that just a mistranslation? Anyway, not getting lost. The application tower is really spacious, and that's really natural. It's a huge tower that stretches from the surface into the stratosphere. Not only that, but the inside of the tower is very complicated, like a maze. If you aren't careful, you get lost in there. It would be hard to get outside again. Well, thanks for the warning. I'll be careful. That's my job as a tower administrator. If you want to look around inside the tower, just let me know. As the administrator, I'll guide you around the tower myself. No, thank you, Lady Sherelia. Lady Sherelia? You don't have to give me the title. While I'm the administrator, it's not like I'm doing anything to deserve it. Besides, that sounds too formal. It makes us seem distant, and that's sad. So no more formal talk like that. You better promise, Earthez. Alright, you get along with Eon. You're really funny, Earthez. Oh, I'm glad you feel that way. It's true. So the first time we were alone together, I didn't even know if we could have a proper conversation. But talking to you was really interesting. I started wanting to talk to you more and more. Now that I think about it, you've probably talked to Eon so much I can't even compare up to her, right? I want to talk to you more so much I don't lose to Eon. Well, in that case, we need to find more topics quick. That's right. It's not like the connection to RCL will stay open forever. I'll work really hard to find topics we can enjoy together. If you find any topics that you think we'd be able to talk about, come let me know anytime. Well, we found them all ahead of time, so we're good. Alright, where'd you go? By the way, it seems like you visited the Silver Plate too. When Delta and Cass went there, they praised the scenery a lot. Yeah, I was kind of moved. I'm happy you like it so much. But I never thought the day would come when I could talk about the Silver Plate like this. As you already know, that place isn't somewhere you can go see on a whim. It's really hard to get there, and there's no shops or lodging around. And you can see the scenery even better if you go a little higher up to Kerfana. That's why the Silver Plate was never really a conversation piece for anyone. Seems like it's a wonderful place to people who live outside RCL, though. Of course it is. Something absolutely brand new. Alright, you have no friends. It seems like you went to see the city of Kerfana. That city is one of my recommended spots to sightsee. Yeah, it was a splendid city. I'm happy you say that. I'll let Ayatane know too. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear it. Do you have friends there besides Ayatane? In Kerfana? No, unfortunately I don't have friends there. Actually, I've never had any friends who are around my age. I'm not being confined or anything like that, but I'm also told not to walk around outside as I please. But it's my goal. I'll find a friend around my age someday and go outside with them, go shopping, even fall in love. No, it won't be for a while, but it'll happen. It won't be for a while. It's normal to say something like, that'll happen in no time in a time like this, but it might be better to take my time and think it over, rather than be in a big rush to find someone. I believe what you said, and just relax and wait for a while. Just a few 100 years. Don't worry. So, can you transform? I found a toy called Super Alloy Avatar, but is that model after you, Earthez? That's right. I knew it. You look totally different, but the name Avatar made me wonder. While playing with it, I found that it has transformation mechanisms, and if it was modeled after you, that must mean... No, it's just arranged that way. What? Oh, I see. I started imagining you doing cool transformations and thought it would be fun. That's too bad. But if you're modeled again in the future and gain transformation abilities, please show me. You know what? That does sound like a pretty awesome idea. Alright, about diving. By the way, it seems like you can dive into your partner's soulscape in your world too. I'm surprised you can enter the minds of people who aren't Raventails. It sounds like the science of your world is more advanced than RCL. Well, has anyone ever dived into you? No, I don't have any experiences like that. Well, I'm a little different from normal anyway. I don't have a soulscape of my own. You probably wouldn't know what I mean if I said it's a binary field, right? So, you can play around in virtual worlds, right? Why are you able to answer so easily like that's obvious to you? Earthez, who exactly are you? You shouldn't know what a binary field is. You're too full of mysteries. Well, we have met before, in a way. It's hard to say. So, are you Moe? This is the one found in Shirotaka's room, of course. I saw the control room packed full of Nei's goods. Seems that men feel something called Moe when they look at cute girls. You're Moe too, Sherelia. Really? I'm happy you say that. I'll do my best to be even more Moe from now on, too. But about that room, how can I put this? I understand he really likes cute girls, but going that far is a little, seems a little abnormal, and I don't really know how to react. Well, my room's the same way. Your room is the same? Is it actually normal in this world for men to decorate their rooms with goods the girls they like? In that case, Delta's room is probably packed with Cass's goods. I think I need to check and make sure of this. Well, he doesn't have any naughty magazines, we know that much. So, no warding effects. By the way, I bought a stuffed toy called a warding doll the other day. I heard it got popular as a toy that nobody knew the maker of, but Neon actually made it, didn't she? To make a doll like that. Is Neon actually some sort of shaman or conjurer? No, that's just a normal stuffed toy. Wait, really? But the manual that came with it said it wards off evil spirits. That's why I thought it was a doll filled with really strong warding powers. She made it for a sick friend a long time ago. That's why she made it? So over a long period of time, someone decided on their own that it's to ward off evil spirits and popularized it? But it's wonderful that Eon made a doll for a sick friend. It sounds like something, just like something she'd do. It's just, no matter how I look at it, it doesn't look like a bear. Yeah, just think of Eon as unique. I understand. Its appearance might be a little weird, but it's a wonderful doll full of Eon's kindness. You know what? We'll actually be able to do everything with Shirley in one go with the Earth is. So ask Delta for details. I wanted to ask, but is Delta really strong? Nope. He's strong and kind. Really great guy. He sounds like I have a good opinion of him. But I agree with you. Delta is strong and kind and a good person. Anyway, what I wanted to ask was if Delta has any unique ultimate attacks. There's lots of strong people who don't have ultimate attacks. I think Delta would definitely have one. He's got a personality like that. It would be weirder if he didn't. Well, he does, but why didn't you ask him yourself? Because if he didn't have one, it would be embarrassing for me. I feel like Delta would say I'm like a little kid asking about ultimate attacks and stuff. But this solves the problem. Sounds like he really does have one. What kind of technique is it? Maybe he charges into a huge pack of enemies all super cool and starts blowing them all away. He and Cass embrace while naked. What? What does that mean? He and Cass embrace while naked? What? Yep. I've just been keeping in mind what lines I need to have for thumbnail images, and this is definitely the one. Now, that doesn't sound like it could use while fighting enemies. Defeats enemies, just ask Delta. Right, this is definitely something I need to ask Delta about, but getting naked during battle, is this used to cause a state of confusion or something? That's a good one, too. Alright, our Cielans are surprised. By the way, I found some really unbelievable medicine in a shop in Honokano. There's actually a disease on RCL that currently has no cure. It's possible to completely halt the disease in progress, but it requires major treatment several times a week. Each treatment requires considerable time and money, so not everyone can undergo it. Yet here they have a simple drinkable medicine at a cheap price that's more effective than that treatment. The medical technology of this world is almost frighteningly advanced. Tutorials are special. By tutorial you mean the owner of that shop, right? No, wait, that child made it? I talked to him, but he seemed like an ordinary cheerful kid who's just looking after the shop. It's actually really smart. If not, he wouldn't be able to make an amazing medicine like that. Nope. He worked really hard to make that. I see. So that medicine is the result of Tutorial's efforts. Before I return to RCL, I want to ask him how to make that medicine. If we could make that medicine, it would save a lot of people suffering on my world too. Although I'm worried that asking for such amazing technology is a little too much. Nope. Where you try to take my head. I'm sure you'd be more than happy to tell you. Really? I feel a lot better after hearing that. This will save a lot of people suffering from that disease on RCL. It wouldn't be exaggeration to say that Tutorial will be the savior of victims of that disease. Alright, Lost Tier 2. Okay, this is the one that unlocks the one you have to pick up with Delta back in the punishment room. By the way, the other day when I was taking a walk around Felion, I ended up in a place called Sora. I was looking for a stylish shop or a nice cafe, but when I realized that I was outside, I guess I need to be more careful when I'm walking around a place I don't know alone. So, how does that even happen? Well, I figured it would be more fun to look for a little hole-in-the-wall shop. I started walking around back alleys and little side streets and passages, and before I knew it, even I was a little surprised. Seems like it would be best to have a guide or at least a map when I walk around your world. It was fine because it was just Sora, but I get scared when I look back and think I could have ended up in danger. Yeah, it's a miracle you made it there safely. Is the path to get there really that dangerous? I don't think I noticed anything particularly dangerous. Well, maybe I just got lucky. Starting next time, I'll be careful not to accidentally go to Sora. It requires a space bus to get there. How did you even do that? So Earthess is a friend. Looks like you're talking to Delta a lot. Yeah, yes, it's always fun talking to him. But just between you and me, I was kind of nervous at first. I'd never really talked alone together with a man before, except with Father. No, I'm a man too. You say that, but you look like a robot, Earthess. Even if you're a man inside, I can't really feel like you're one. But even I'm surprised. I never thought the day would come when I could talk so much with a man. Well, that might be a little inaccurate. It might be more appropriate to say I never thought the day it would come so soon when I could talk so much. I wanted to study more and find more topics that men would enjoy. If I missed this chance, I have no idea when the next opportunity to talk with a man like this would come. That's why I'm really glad I asked to talk together. And of course that includes you too, Earthess. Talking to you was really fun too. Oh. Alright, let's get married. I'll talk so much, I won't lose to Delta. You don't need it to feel like it's a competition. I'll talk to you plenty too. You're a very important friend to me, Earthess. And bulky luggage. Earthess, why do you walk around with a shopping cart? And I don't understand why you don't store it and just carry it on your back. It's a shocking cart. Seeing how there's a jet engine on it, I can kind of guess what it's used for, but personally, I think it's more shocking to see you carrying that cart around on your back. Besides, is there any reason to carry that thing around? Even if it's a material for making something else, seeing how big it is, you should just buy it when you need it. It's heavy and bulky, so I don't see a single benefit to carrying it around. Well, more normal than carrying a steel frame around. Yeah, we'll say that. Earthens, what exactly are you saying? If you think normally there wouldn't be anyone who carries around a steel frame, it seems like you're saying weird things to confuse me and avoid the subject, but that won't work. You should look through your luggage and only keep things that are necessary. Sell things you don't need. If you don't, one of these days you might not be able to endure the weight of all the stuff you carry. Yep, that is definitely another Arch and Elko reference. So I can't lose. I really like the view from the Star Singers platform. It really is wonderful viewing scenery from high places. You can see so far. But your tower seems taller. Of course, but my tower's too tall. You can't even see features on the surface from the top. Of course, while you can't see things on the surface from there, it's still a very pretty view. But on some days there's cloud cover, so you can't see anything but an endless dark sea of clouds. Have you ever seen dark clouds covering everything? Really scary. Well, you should get used to it now. It would be nice if I could do that. There was one time I asked Father to look down at the dark clouds together with me. I'm always scared alone, but I thought I'd be fine with Father. Well, I was okay at first. I started to get more and more scared. In the end, I couldn't help but just cling to Father. But I can't be like this forever. I need to try getting used to it little by little. The path to becoming a proper administrator is still long ahead. Sometime. I haven't been able to take you or Delta to many cities on RCL. There's actually a lot more cities like Kurtfania that are as lively and developed as Felion. If you have time, I'd like to take you to visit them, but there are places like that? You really were misunderstanding? There are plenty. You already know that Kurtfania is a Teru tribe city, right? But there are cities where humans live too. In fact, there are way more human cities. It's a huge coincidence that you've only seen a Teru city. I guess that has to do with the place that Soleil and RCL are connected. Well, would it be okay for me to go? Oh yeah, you're right. There are robots similar to you on RCL, but most of them pretty much just exist as guardians. If you suddenly appeared in a city, the police would probably come after you. And if that happened, it would take a really long time to explain. Oh, that's too bad. I wanted to walk around a human city and have fun with you. But remember this at least. There's still a lot of wonderful things you haven't seen on RCL. So even if the connection between the Soleil and RCL is cut off, please don't forget that. And after years, or maybe even hundreds of years, if you happen to have another chance to see RCL, please remember what I just told you. Take a look around RCL and see all the things I was able to show you now. And if possible, I'd be happy if I was one to guide you around when the time comes. Just make it a world I can go to. I understand. It looks like I'll have a lot to do until that day comes. Alright, thoughts for Delta. It's almost time for us to be separated. It hasn't been long since we met, yet I'm going to have to say goodbye to people who are so important to me. I won't be able to talk to you or Delta anymore. No? Are you in love with Delta? To be honest, I don't know. I've never had a feeling like this before. I want to be with Delta more. I want to talk about more and do all kinds of things with him. But Delta isn't from RCL. I know that no matter how much I desire such things, it won't happen. But I can't help but want it. What should I do? Well, part of love... No. Do you know what Delta wants most? To create a new planet and build a peaceful world. And to live a happy life there together with Cass. That's right. I can't destroy Delta's happiness by saying something selfish. Thank you, Earthes. It was good that I came to you for advice. All I need to do is hold these feelings in until the end. Yep, unrequited love is never fun. Watch over me. Earthes, what do you plan to do when everything's done? Like Eon, you'll be separated from her too, right? Yeah, probably. I see. It's really painful to have to be separated from someone you really like. That reminds me, Eon says she's from a different world. Could she be from your world? No. I'd be happy if she was. Yeah, but if she was, you might be reunited with her someday. I'm sure Eon is really sad right now being separated from you too. She might look like her head's just full of creating a new planet and building a peaceful world, but I'm sure she wouldn't be anything if she didn't... I'm sure she wouldn't be able to do anything if she didn't distract herself like that. I feel the same way. I'm sure you do. It's not like your love fizzled out. It's too sad to be separated like this. I don't have a single clue what to do at a time like this. But please remember this. You need to watch over Eon to the last possible moment. I'm sure that's what she wants too. And almost bye-bye. It's almost time to part. To be honest, I'm really sad we have to be separated. The first time I saw you, I thought you looked rough and a little scary, but after talking to you like this, I found out you're a really interesting and fun person. You really are an important friend to me. Please don't ever forget me. Don't forget me too. No need to worry. There's no way I can forget an interesting person like you. I'll always remember you forever and ever. That reminds me, you aren't actually a part of this universe, are you? You're using what was it? Anyway, I heard you're a person from a totally different world, connected through that. You're probably going to have to say farewell to Delta and the others when the new planet is born too, huh? Probably. I see. It's probably more painful for you. You've been here for way longer than me. Let's both enjoy this wonderful world and our time with the people important to us here until the very end. Let these be our memories for a lifetime. And yep, that's everything with Australia. With Earth-as at least. Alright, picked up that last talk topic in the punishment room in the Gunarm Cathedral and unlocked the last two from conversations thanks to Earth-as. So we'll just finish these up real quick. So relation with Earth-as. By the way, have you ever talked to Earth-as? Now that you mention it, I've never had a good talk with him. Really? But he's such an interesting person. Robot. Is he really that interesting? Yes, he's humorous and interesting despite his appearance. It's kind of unexpected you haven't been talking to him, Delta. I think you get along well. Really? Yes, definitely. If you have the opportunity, you should find a bath you can relax in, having a chat together. Talking sounds fun, but I'm a little scared to get in the same water he's in. No, don't get shocked. Don't worry about it. So, you undress during battle? Delta, do you have any ultimate attacks that you use when you fight? Of course! Every fighting man needs willpower, strength, courage, spirit, and ultimate attacks. I don't understand the difference between willpower and spirit, but I see. So, you have one. That should be obvious. Should I show you sometime? No, you don't have to. In fact, if you and Cass start embracing each other naked in front of me, that can be considered sexual harassment. How do you know about that? I heard from Earth-as that you and Cass have a technique where you embrace each other naked to fight enemies. I only half believed him till now, but I guess it was true. Earth-as, you son of a... Did you really have to go out of your way to talk about our bonds of love? So it was true, Delta? Yeah, I guess so. Kind of. But we didn't even realize until after we'd been using it for a while. Cass started saying it was definitely weird for us to embrace naked during battle, and we must be exhibitionists. After realizing that, we finally knew that technique was weird. Why did it take a while? Wouldn't it be more normal to realize it's weird before you even start? That's why it's such a mystery. But using that does let us unleash super powerful attacks on the enemy. That's why we're fully intent on continuing to use it. If you get so serious about it, I won't be able to say anything else about it. And the final one. Lost here too. What's wrong? Why are you sighing? Well, to be honest, the other day I got a little lost. Isn't that like usual? Don't say misleading things like that. You're making it sound like I get lost all the time. What? Am I wrong? Delta! Yeah, I get it. What you're trying to say is this time you happened to get a little careless and got lost, right? Yes, that's exactly it. Kind of stretching it. Well, whatever. So where did you end up getting lost? Even I don't know exactly what kind of place that was. It seemed deep inside in a building. It was like I was inside a jail, but it was full of piles of junk. Isn't that the jail inside the church's inner sanctum? That's probably it. It was a jail inside of a huge temple. How do you even get lost and accidentally end up in a place like that? Normally, you'd realize that's not somewhere you should be. You wouldn't get lost and end up there. That's not true. All I did was get lost like normal, after all. Gee, use some normal common sense. I think your bad sense of direction transcends all bounds. Hey, why would you say something like that? All I did was get a little lost. That's just a little. I really wonder where you'd end up if you seriously got lost. And that is all the talk topics in the game. To finish up, I'm going to showcase the ending one more time, using the Japanese voices, and take a look at the extras menu. So, see you there.